Hi everyone, from me and my mini me. So today we're going to be doing her nails, and I wanted to record this because sometimes people have questions on how they do like their daughter's nails or even smaller nails. So she had her nails on for the first day of school, and it's been about 2.5 weeks or so. And I usually let them fall off on their own, but if one is left behind, like onesies and twosies, I do the baggy method to soak off. So I'm going to go ahead and take my drill. This is the one from Double Dip, and I do have a code with them down below, you guys, if you want to check that out. They do have a sale on also, so if you need a drill, like right now is a good time to get it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to try and take off that excess dip that was left over, and I'm going to go ahead and just get that new growth that she had. Now, you guys, my daughter is about, well, she will be 8 in September, and I have been doing her nails since she was about 5 years old. And I always do them between 2 to 3 weeks, depending on like how the nails look like, because sometimes they are a little weak and they break off really easy. So I do give her a break or so. But yeah, I mean, I've been doing them for about almost 3 years now, and she does prefer this over nail polish and gel polish. So for her nails, I actually only use the drill for this part of the process. I do hand filing for the rest, just because I just don't want to take the drill to her hands. I mean, it's pretty tiny, so sometimes it's a little hard to maneuver. But yeah, if you guys have any questions of doing your daughter's nails, or even nails that are really, really small, like just go ahead and leave your comments down below and I'll try and answer them. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and take my file, and I'm using a 100/180 grit. Her nails towards like their free edge kind of fan out, and that causes her nails to either chip or break. So what I like to do is I like to bring those sidewalls in a little bit, and then I file her nails to about fingertip high. Again, she's 7 years old. She really wants long nails, but I won't allow it because I don't. She had a really bad break one year, and since then I just keep them really, really short. So I'm going to go ahead and file them down to about fingertip height, and then as well as bring those sidewalls in a little bit. Now, you guys, this is not nail related, but I wanted to just ask a question. The new Cruella de Vil movie just came out on Disney Plus, and we were actually watching it for the first time while I was doing her nails. And oh my gosh, did I fall in love with a new villain. They did so good on this movie. So you guys, I highly recommend this. I love the way they did the movie, and like did her backstory and all that. Like, it was just such a good movie. It is a little bit long, but it was good because this is how I actually like to keep her still and kind of calm. Sometimes my daughter actually stiffens her nails if she's looking at me. So if I have like her playing a game or watching a movie, it's easier that way. So that's a really good tip. If you want to do like a little kid's hands, is put on a movie or let them play a game on like an iPad or something. And yeah, that helps. All right, so right here, I'm just going to go ahead and dust off any of that excess dust. I don't dehydrate my daughter's nails with any like actual dehydrator. The only thing that I use to her nails is 91% alcohol, and let that dry completely. She decided to pick the new color from Moonlit. It's called Petunias, and it is actually a triple thermal. Now on her nails, since they're so little, it only looks like kind of like a 1-2 thermal instead of a triple thermal. But honestly, you guys, it's really, really pretty. As soon as she saw me swatching this, she was like, okay, I want my nails in that. So yeah, I mean, she actually plans her manis before like the next one is due. Like, she's just like her mama. So you guys, I don't think that I mentioned it, but the only two liquids that I like to use on my daughter, which is basically the ones I like to use on myself, is Triple D liquids and my Manny Boss liquids. Their liquids are really thin and they always make the layers like not so thick and bulky. I'm also doing her mani the same way I do for mine. So since I'm doing a full glitter mani, I'm only going to be doing 2 coats of the color. And so what I did for the first one is I brought it fairly close to the cuticle, and then I did the pour over method. And then I do a full coat of my dip base and do the pour over method again. Now this Moonlit glitter is actually really fine. So doing the pour over method is like, it worked really good for me. But I did try to just go ahead and dip it in as well later on in the video. But I'll go ahead and let you guys watch, and then I'll pop back in a little bit. Okay, now that we're done with the color, we're gonna go ahead and do some clear capping. Now, the clear that I'm using to cap is my double dip clear. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a full coat of my dip base, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dunk her nail into it. I usually do the pour over method as well with the clear, but her nails are really tiny, so I just dunked them into my big pot of clear. After that, I actually activated, and then we're gonna go ahead and file and buff after. So I'll let you guys go ahead and watch, and then I will be right back. So after you let that sit for about a minute or so, you're now ready to go ahead and file and buff. Now, you don't need to file too much if you already like prepped the nail before the fact. I actually like to file my nail into shape before I start dipping, because that way towards the end of it I don't have to file and buff. Well, I have to buff, but I don't have to file as much. So right here I'm just basically cleaning up the sidewalls, making sure the free edge is smooth, and then I use my buffer to buff the surface before I activate it and top coat it. Alright, you guys, once I'm done buffing her nails, I then take these, like the manicure brushes that you get from like the dollar store and stuff, and I use that to kind of clean up her like sidewalls and cuticle areas. And then I put on my second layer of my activator, let that sit for about a minute. I also take a lint-free wipe with some alcohol on it. Again, it's 91% alcohol. That's the only one I like to use. And I wipe her nails as well, like I do on mine, to like get all of that excess activator off of the nail before I go into my top coat. So like I would do my own nails, or if I would do somebody else's nails, the first layer of my top coat is going to be fairly quickly. You only want to do about 2 to 3 strokes. Now, since her nails are fairly small, that's not going to take too much time. But before I return my brush back to the bottle, I always wipe it on my napkin that I have right there. This is very important because it doesn't contaminate your liquids, and also it also prevents the brush from hardening. Now, I did speed this up, but she was ready for her second coat. What I do for the second coat is I'm more precise and I make sure that everything is nice and smooth. I also, for her, since she's keeping on for about 2 to 3 weeks, I'm capping her free edge. And this is also important if you want to keep your manis on for longer. Now this one, this cuticle stick is actually hers. She does have her own, and she has it on her like side table in her room. So I'm going to go ahead and hydrate her skin. Right here, I'm trying to teach her how to model. But this is our final result, you guys. Her little bitty nails. So again, the color is Pink Petunias from Moonlit. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.